Let's go. High five yourself in the mirror. It's going to be a great day. It's a beautiful day outside. Get out. Enjoy it. I want to talk about the real wins. I can't hold these in anymore. Some of our Feel Better training clients are powerful beyond measure, inspiring me, inspiring others. Number one, mother of 3, busy professional, but makes time for her family. But the win is she helps her oldest son in the summer. She works in education, so she does have summers off, but she definitely fills her time. She's helping her son at the produce stand that he has all summer. And it's kind of a sun up to sundown gig. So she was working with us 3 times a week, but we worked out a plan to where she can fit in some movement snacks, breathwork snacks, and continue a lot of she had a real shoulder issue when she started. Her shoulder could only come up to about here. Now she's going overhead. So we've rehabbed that and made it a lot stronger, increased the range of motion. But she has these bands that she brought with her. She sent me some videos yesterday of her doing them with her dad because he has some shoulder issues. That's a real one. She's a real one. She's taking what she's learned and her wins and helping other people with it. And that makes me feel really happy. And so, yeah, that's a physical win, right? Physical body win. The next one, wow. Yeah, this client shared with me on their monthly check-in. And her biggest gains have been mindset, right? Choosing herself. We're all busy, but this lady is at the top of the list of busy. She has a high-profile corporate job, and it's pretty stressful at times. Take this for example. When they finally allowed her to cut back, not on hours, but her workload, they hired like 2 or 3 people just to do the work she was doing. But so, yes, her wins have been prioritizing time for her self-care. And then in the relationships realm, we always go through what we call the 3 relationship agreements. And it's a lot about healthy selfishness, making time for ourselves so we can be better for those around us and for our loved ones. We can be a stronger, healthier, happier version of ourselves. And some of it involves setting boundaries and having tough conversations when we need to. And of course, I'm not forcing any of my clients to do these things. I educate, empower, and mentor them to do them if they need to. And she has an older daughter that lives with her that is going through some challenging times. She used some of what she's learned and had a tough conversation. With our loved ones, those are our most challenging relationships, right? There's times when they need the gentle love. There's times when they need the tough love. She had the tough conversation, and the thing that brought tears to my eyes was the fact that on her check-in, she shared that her daughter, for years, I believe she said, she would always say, "Have a good day, love you," when her daughter left, and her daughter kind of just mumbled bye or whatever. But after this tough conversation, not right off the bat, she showed her daughter the love she needed at this time, the tough love. And she said her daughter was mad at her for a couple weeks. You know, we don't like being told what we need to hear sometimes. But the beautiful thing is about 2 weeks later when she told her daughter, "Goodbye, I love you," her daughter said for the first time in a long time, "I love you." Yeah, that's the real ones. That's the real wins. So, and I mean, both of these ladies, here's the paradox. Here's another real win, is they're as busy as anybody out there, but they understood at least a little bit when they began that if they invest some time in their own health and some money and some energy, that's going to pay off for everyone around them. And I just love seeing that happening, being a part of it. They deserve all the credit in the world for doing the work. I'm just here to guide and support and empower and make them sweat, make them stronger in between all that. So, wow, life is good today. Wanted to share those. And then I'll segue into a personal development piece as I was jogging around barefoot without my phone, because I find I'm getting way more insight when I don't have my phone. I used to, back when I started my fitness journey, I would go out and jog most days of the week in the morning before work. I never had a phone. And I remember those times just having great thoughts and being able to process things. And so I've enjoyed doing that again, running and walking with no device, at least for some of the time. And the revelation I had again, I keep having to have this, is that comparison is the thief of joy. Okay? I believe I'm putting a lot of good stuff out into the world. Energy, love, my knowledge about health and fitness, my passion for it, to try to help others. But too often, I still will notice other people in this space and what they're putting out and how much engagement they're getting. Likes, follows, all this stuff. And if I compare and say, well, I'm saying the same thing. How come people aren't, giving me the love or the likes and the shares? That's the wrong metric. Likes and shares and engagement, that is a metric. But the real win is how you're helping people. Are you helping people? And then also, what else am I pouring into myself? How am I living healthy selfishness like I help my clients with? Am I building my foundation every day so I can continue to grow and get better? I could boo-hoo about that I'm putting all this out there and it's not paying off and I'm not enough. Or I can focus on what works and keep putting the good stuff out there. And it's coming back, believe me. The universe is showing me in a big way lately that what the love I put out is the love that comes back in. Or there's a Beatles line that says something like that says it better than I can. The message is keep pouring into yourself. There's definitely a line between that healthy selfishness that helps us, like a mother needs to nourish herself before she can breastfeed her baby. And then, the selfish person that does things for themselves at the cost of others. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about prioritize your health, sanity, rest, physical health things that make you happy, things that fill your, recharge your battery. If we have too many things draining our battery, it's going to be trouble for us and everyone around us. All right. Make it a great Sunday. Get outside. Enjoy the day. Love y'all.